Hey, what's up, welcome back to another behind the scenes video on my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be talking to you guys about exposure triangle and how it can help you as a photographer, and probably also explain what aperture priority is. In my previous video, which is the photo work, I know I didn't mention a lot about aperture priority. Well, I didn't even say anything in the video because it was just a behind the scenes. During that work, I explained to the guys present something about aperture priority. I hope to explain a lot about it today because initially the sun was out and now it's cloudy. Aperture priority works best when your light is inconsistent. That's when you're shooting natural light. So today's video, I'll be using my Canon 5D Mark IV, the Sigma Art 35 1.4, which definitely I won't shoot at 1.4. I'll be shooting probably f5 because you have the location and you need every detail in the location. It's a location shoot and it's also a swimwear shoot. So yeah, if you see anyone in the video today, it will be Achuvi of Park We See. You guys can check him out. I'll link a video I think up here because he was in one of my previous videos, was shooting on the rooftop, right? So yeah, we'll be having a shootout today. I don't want to say two photographers shoot one model, but we're always collaborating. So yeah, before I leave, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to turn on the bell notification icon, and don't forget to like, comment and share at the end of the video because you'll probably find this helpful for your photography journey. And I'll see you. Peace.
4.5 to 12 feet, 4.5 feet to 12 feet, up and down.
Alright guys, this is Achuvi of Park We See. Today he came prepared. We are not sharing cameras today, and our model is still oiling herself with castor oil that I have to buy later for her. You guys should sponsor my YouTube channel with some small cash.
Castor oil.
Yeah, they should buy those kind of stuff for my shooting. I mean, I think I have to do this
Appeal for fans.
No, appeal, Patreon kind of thing for my YouTube.
Should I give them pictures?
You
Pictures
back.
for free.
No. Alright, so the sun is still not out.
But it's
out, it's popping out. The clouds are still covering
on
it.
your hair.
I think they're shining enough.
Your hair, your face.
Unfortunately, the bikini size is bigger than the model, which is good.
It's good and sad at the same time.
You understand? Alright, I've been here before, I've shot at Oma before, so I don't really want to repeat the same locations and poses. Oh wow, the sun is coming out now. So now we can deal with the aperture priority. I'll be shooting f4 most of the time today. Then what I will control will be my ISO and my aperture. So something about exposure triangle. I know a lot of people know what exposure triangle is. There's ISO, shutter speed and aperture. ISO is how sensitive you make your camera sensor to light. So if this is ISO 100 and this is ISO 1000, this, you've made it less sensitive. That means less noise. Or if I say less noise, noise is relevant, or noise is relative depending on the available light in the environment. So if I have this for ISO 100, this is how sensitive you are making the camera lens, the camera sensor to light. And this is ISO 1000, this is how sensitive you are making the camera sensor to light. Aperture is how open or close you make your shutter blades open or close, or how wide or small you allow light to enter your lens. So if the aperture is open, which is, let's say ISO aperture 1.4, you're allowing this amount of light to enter through the lens to get to this sensitivity of an ISO 100. I hope I've explained myself enough. And shutter speed is how fast or slow you make your shutter blades close, in the sense that if you want a faster moving object, if you want to freeze a faster moving object, that means you increase your shutter speed. If you want to freeze your subject at a slower pace where you get motion blur and all that, that's where you slow your shutter speed to 1/1 or 1/20. So what aperture priority does is, aperture priority is more like you're letting the camera think for you, where the camera will determine how fast or how slow your shutter speed will be. It's mostly dependent on what you do with your exposure compensation. So if, let's say, with the sunny weather this way, I'm going to shoot, let's say, ISO 100, or I don't know, ISO 250 because it's cloudy. But if the sun comes up, I'll just push it back to ISO 100. Then I'll keep my aperture at, let's say, f4, f5, because like I said, it's a location shoot and I want everything to be in focus together with the model. So the only thing the camera will be doing for me, it's more like programmable, but the only thing the camera will be doing is to determine how fast or slow the shutter speed or the shutter blades will be. And yeah, let me just stop talking and actually show you an example. Hello, and guys, yeah, let's have a seat over here. Right now my ISO is 100, my aperture is at f4. The only thing that will be controlled here is the shutter speed, like I mentioned, right? So what the camera does is it looks at the available light in the environment, right? Then it determines the shutter speed. So if I point the camera towards a darker space, maybe it will probably send my shutter speed slower to, let's say, 1/200 or 1/60, even though we are in a bright sunlight. But if I point it towards, let's say, the sky itself, I'll get, because the sky has a lot of light, I'll get shutter speed of 1/8000. So if you're wondering, maybe at a point you're shooting and you want to shoot from down below, probably your image will look dark because the camera will expose for the environment, which is the available light in the environment. And if you want to compensate for that, there's this bar here, which I know a lot of people use 6D. If you don't use 6D, any camera you use, you'd obviously be able to move your exposure compensation. If you want to add more light, you just move it to the right. If you want to add, like if you want to reduce the light, if you think the available light is too much and you even want to dial it down a bit more, you expose negatively. If you want more light, you expose positively. I'll show this on the screen so that you guys can see what is it I'm talking about on the camera. So let me just take a first test shot. I'm shooting ISO 100 as usual, f4 with the 35. I want everything in focus. One shot. Yep, we are getting somewhere. Alright, so with the first shot, I have the shutter speed at 1/500. That means the camera picked up on her skin and told me that, oh, I want to give you 1/500 shutter speed, so this is the amount of light I'll get. I want to dial down the exposure, so let me shoot at a negative exposure compensation. The same shot, but with a negative exposure compensation of, I went down 1/3 stops down, right, to get that compensation. So now I have my model being dark. That is if I feel like the light in the environment is too much. But if I feel like the light in the environment is too dim, I'll just add some stops to it. Then I have my light blown out. So I'll put these up for you to see how it looks, then we'll take it from there. So I hope I've explained myself enough with the exposure compensation and your aperture priority and also the exposure triangle. So I'll just do a few shots, then I'll get back to you guys. Alright guys, we've gotten a lot of beautiful shots from this this 35, and let me see, I can't, wow, this pose, it's calling me. Ooh,
I like your face. So drop this hand, use this hand to support you.
So we're still shooting aperture priority, yeah? And oh my. All right guys, you're done with this first outfit, so we'll move from this outfit to the next outfit, then
Thank you.
we'll do more. Are you good? Alright guys, so we are here with the second look, the outfits provided by Moy Studio, our model and Gracia, trying to, what are you doing? Alright, second look, well, it's the same location but a different looking, never mind, it's second look, second location. I will move her from this end to the other end to also try a couple of few shots. You're still shooting aperture priority, and I want to take some quick test shots with this look, and I'll pose her with a little ideas I have in mind. Then yeah, we'll take it from there. Kindly drop this off, right? And let me see how this looks. So the sun is down. I'm bringing back my compensation to, let's see. So right now, if I take this shot, right, I have my shutter speed at 1/160. So because it's cloudy now, it's kind of cloudy, so the camera is picking off, or the camera sensor is picking off an available light of like the shutter speed is 1/160. If you are not that conversant with your camera, or if you're not very good at shooting sharp images or being stable, you would obviously shoot a blurred image because of the shutter speed being at 1/160. You want a faster shutter speed. So what I will do, I've tried to compensate this by moving up a stop up, but even moving it up means I'm still slowing down my shutter speed. I'll keep my exposure compensation at 0, then I'll move up my ISO to ISO 320. Right, take another shot. Then now I have, let me take again. Okay. So Gracia, this is beautiful. So now I have 1/800 shutter speed, right? What I did was to just make my camera sensor more sensitive to light by moving the ISO up to 320, and the camera said, oh, okay, fine, your sensitivity is up, I'm getting a lot of light in it. Now I can have I can freeze your image faster for you. So it sent the shutter speed from 1/160 to 1/800. So now the sun is up. If I should shoot again with the same ISO, I'll have my shutter speed at 1/16,000, right? So I can choose to keep it this way, keep shooting with the same 320, depending on how the clouds keep on covering the sun. Right now the cloud is covering the sun, so I'll keep it at 320. Then what I'll do is expose with the exposure compensation when the image becomes too bright or too dark. So we'll take a couple of shots from this pose and from this location. Looking beautiful. Are you smiling? Okay, so let's do this. Let me have the shot, trying to build up on, so I think my light is too much negative exposure. That's beautiful. That's great. So in as much as I'm shooting, I'm also thinking about framing, right? I'm trying to let her look as pleasing as possible.
Frame of the year. Thinking about how to put it in the frame.
All right, so with chair shots, right, you're not looking at getting, I don't want to say boring so that she get offended, but looking at boring poses. All she did are the normal chair poses that I think everybody, this is what I would do. Kindly don't relax. Yes, I know it's a relaxing chair. Don't relax, sit up. Right, you see when you were sitting down there,
Can I have the like?
oil, the peg.
Yeah.
Wait, you are pegging it?
Yeah.
No.
I can't let it. My boobs are going.
No, so you hold the outfit.
Why? Okay. I
Alright.
can still peg it from inside.
No, don't relax. Yeah, sit up. Let the leg. No. Where? How the leg was? Yes, great.
Oh, is it the same?
Yeah, the same thing, but in the chair. Okay, I'll bring back my exposure up. Beautiful. No, keep the same look you gave me. Your chin up. Yeah, that's beautiful. So looking at this and the previous poses, you can see that there's a vast difference in shooting, getting 9 shots from this chair pose, right? So we'll do more, then I'll get back to you guys, maybe with a third look. Alright guys, so this is the original second location, not the one we shot earlier, right? Using the cabana. And here's the thing, she's more like in the shade, right? So we won't get a lot of light hitting her. But what's happening is that, what's the time now? 12-ish, so the sun is directly above us. That's the best way to shoot somewhere, is probably at 12. People hate to shoot at 12, right? So the best time to use a 12 o'clock sun or whatever 12 o'clock light you are getting is to shoot swimwear, because you're looking out for hard light, hard shiny model with hard light, hard shadows and all that. But right now it's cloudy, that's why we're shooting the aperture priority, because the sun keeps going and coming back. And we have this beautiful cabana over here. Just how she's lying out, it's also a pose. I want to try something. Still f4. My ISO now is at 320, but because we are under a shade, I'll move to ISO 500. Then expose with a lot of light. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Let me take a step back, angle the picture. Add a little bit of foreground. Right? Yeah.
Keep that. Keep that.
Okay, so because look to your, yeah, that's beautiful. So look, ISO 500, the aperture being played around with the camera 1/320, still f4 with a compensation of +2/3, 2/3, right? I love what I'm getting here. I think we'll do more, then I'll get back to you guys. Alright guys, so we are back with the third outfit. She changed into a gold kind of outfit, which will work with a brown background ish, but I want to shoot with the foreground, like having something in the foreground, her as my model, which will be very far away from where I'm sitting right now. So this is what I'm looking at. There's this kind of like a hat thing over there at the top over there, right? So I'll let it stand just underneath it. I'll grab a few portraits with the Sigma 85 1.4 at 1.6, right? So we are done with the swimwear end of it, and I want to shoot the fashion style with the outfit she's wearing, which was also provided by mo.oi studios, Moi Studios. I'll link the Instagram handle down in the description below. All right, so I'm ready. Okay, so we're waiting for Pagusi to finish with his shoot using the Fuji. Then we'll start using my, still shooting aperture priority, but this time I've moved the ISO to 160 just because I'm shooting an aperture of 1.6. So come this way so that you can see me. And Pagusi, get out of my frame, please. All right, Engracia. Engracia, take a step forward. Move to my right. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so I have her this way. Let me focus on her. It's going to be a very wide shot. All right, keep changing your pose.
Click.
All right, change. Can you hold the? Yeah, that's fine. Then stretch. Let your face be towards where the light is. To your left. Your left. Your face, your left. Yes, so look towards your, over the shoulder to your left. Chin up. Chin up. Look over your shoulder to your left. Look to your left. Send the face to your left. Yes. Tiptoe, both legs. Yeah, great. To your left, please. That's fine. Okay, guys, I really love what I'm seeing. It's not the best way to use your 85, but this is what I have available to me. If I had, let's say, a 105 lens or a 70-200, well, I'm not complaining that I don't have them, but what I have with me right now is what I'll use to create this. And I have the hat thing over there, the cone thing there. I have a little bit of the foreground. I like what the browns are doing to this picture and the gold outfit. Perfect. So from here, I'll just move in closer, do some close-up shots, then I'll get back to you guys.
Aperture priorities.
Priority. Aperture priority. Say it again.
Aperture priority.
Aperture priority.
Aperture priority.
All right. Hey guys, we're back and we're done with the shoot. This is our model, Engracia. She's lovely. I like her look. I'm actually telling her to keep this look, but she wants to grow the hair back.
We think about it.
Yeah, we'll think about it. How was the shoot?
Amazing. Tiring, but amazing. Yeah, I learned a word today. Aperture priority.
Wow,
Yeah.
she's learning. You guys should also learn, because the whole point of this shoot is to teach you guys on how to shoot aperture priority. Not necessarily when you're shooting swimwear, but anywhere you find or anything you find yourself shooting, if it's an event, if it's a portrait session, or if it's somewhere or anything fashion, and you're shooting, let's say, in a broad daylight or with the sunlight, where the sun keeps going and coming out, aperture priority is the best setting to shoot, and you just have to get used to it. I believe it's more of practice than a one-time thing. I didn't get it at first. It was annoying when I was learning aperture priority, but as time went on, with the help of a fellow photographer who I normally work with most of the time, I got to learn how good aperture priority is, and it has helped my photography career. I'm still learning, so you should also learn, and she learns a new word. I hope to teach her more photography skills in the future to come. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel as usual. Don't forget to turn on the bell notification icon, and don't forget to comment, like, and share if you have any concerns about this video. I'll leave everybody's handle down in the description below. This lovely outfit she's wearing, whoever made this outfit, she's a friend. I'll leave her handle down in the description below. I'll leave the link to this suit we shot in the description below, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.